What's going on, guys? Welcome back. And today we're out here, beautiful Sunday morning. And I've been trying to make this video for you guys for the past, I don't know, week and a half, 2 weeks. As you know, I picked up a Grom a few weeks ago, and I've been posting a lot about that. I do Harley content on here too, but I did pick something else up, and I didn't know how to show you guys. I don't know if you were interested in this kind of thing, or should I make a separate channel for it. But as you saw in the title, I picked up a 2024 Aprilia Tuono V4. Look at this thing. This thing is beautiful. Let's talk about it, all right? All right, so this is the 2024 Aprilia Tuono V4. Now, this is not the factory version. The factory version is a little more sportier. There's three big differences in the factory version, and the first one is the handlebars. So this has a nice rise on it. The factory version, it's about an inch lower. You're leaned over a little forward, and you basically in a race position with, wide bars. So the second thing here is the suspension. The suspension on here is Saxa suspension, fully adjustable, front and rear, preload, dampening, all that fun stuff. But on the factory version has O-rings, and that's all electronic, and you could do it through the buttons and stuff on there. Here, you just have to fully manually adjust it. No big deal. That's fine. And the last thing is the tail here. Here is more accommodated for a passenger. I don't know if you would put a passenger on here, but the factory version has a nice little tail section where it's just a seat pad like here, and it's plastic fairings here with no grab bar. But the heart of the bike is all the same. This is the same engine as the Tuono factory. It's a 1077 V4, and it's pushing about 175 horsepower, and I think 93 foot-pounds of torque. Now that's all to the crank, so you're probably looking at about 150 to the ground. I mean, that's a fast bike. Torque-wise, maybe about 80. But I've ridden this for about 200 miles now, and what I could tell you, this thing is a rocket ship. It's beautiful. It has all the electronics you want. Has ride modes. There's 3 different ride modes, and then you can go into a race mode. You could put 3 more. The race mode is fully adjustable, from traction control to wheelie control to launch control to everything, the engine power delivery. But right now I just keep it in sport. They have a touring, a sport, and a user. And touring is almost, you could say, the rain mode. But when I first got this bike, I picked it up and it was in tour the whole time. You really don't consider that rain mode. The touring on it, you probably could get better gas mileage. I've actually filled this bike up, I want to say twice already. It is a 4.5 gallon tank. Obviously it takes premium. I picked this bike up from Flemington Motorsports in Flemington, New Jersey. This was their demo model, so I mean, it does have little dings on it and stuff like that, but they gave me a good deal on it. I couldn't complain. I mean, did I want the factory version? Not really, just for the fact that the handlebars are a little lower on the factory version, and on here it's not too bad. I'll show you real quick. Let me post this camera up. I'm gonna jump on the bike real quick. Now I'm 5'7". My inseam is about a 30-inch inseam, and let me mount the bike and I'll show you what it looks like. So I could definitely 1-foot it, just like that. I'm still on my tippy toes. I definitely can't put 2 feet down. I'm really on my tippy toes, if I do, but that's okay. Usually 1 foot is fine for me. It is getting used to it again. I did have a CBR. It was kind of the same height. This is a little bit higher. I can feel this is a little higher. Or I haven't ridden the CBR in forever, and I got rid of that bike, so I'm not used to it anymore. But it's been a few months. Once you get back on these things, it's really nice. But this is me with 1 foot. The other side. Very, very comfortable. Now I have a slight lean forward. I am a shorter rider. My arms are really short compared to another person that's 5'7". So I do lean over a little more, but it's not like too aggressive. It'd be like this. So quick shifter, auto blip. This is the first bike I've had with a quick shifter and auto blip. It's game changing for me. And the V4 sound of this bike sounds freaking awesome. Now, it is a stock pipe on here, but let me show you real quick. It is a stock pipe, but it has this valve that opens and closes. Very quiet when you're under about 3 grand, but it'll open up once you get on the gas. All right, what you guys been waiting for? Let's start this bad boy up. A little cold start. Sounds really good. I mean, this bike has all electronics that you want. You can't really see it because of the sun, but when you pay a good price for this bike, you get everything. And you probably get the headache of an Italian motorcycle, but you know, Aprilia has been a lot better with their motorcycles. I've heard a lot of horror stories. I've read a lot of horror stories about Aprilia, but for the past few years, I've been hearing they've been making some solid bikes. Knock on wood, hopefully this one is one of them. But, you know, you just have to take care of your bikes. But anyway, let's get a helmet on. Let's take it for a quick rip around town. All right, so let's do a quick rip around town. Nothing too crazy this morning. It was a little cool. But I just want to go around town and get used to the bike, practice a little bit. You know, it is a different riding position, and I have to kind of get used to it again. But all right, let's get on. What I noticed about this bike when I first picked it up, it doesn't like being lugged around. When it's under 3-4K, it just doesn't like it. It's kind of a bike that just wants to go, go, go all the time. And I'm okay with that, but there's power all over the place. When you twist the throttle, all the way through the rev range. See, I'm in second gear here. Under 3K doesn't like it. You always got to keep this thing revving a little bit, but that's okay. I'm gonna take it easy around this corner. Around this turn, the tires aren't warmed up yet.
You know, that's one thing with sport bikes, especially these Pirelli tires. You gotta warm them up. You can't just get on and hammer it. And that's with any tire, but with the Harley, I never had to do that. I do like the handlebar position. It's like almost like a T-bar setup. You're more leverage when you're in the turns, but the actual RS V4 bike is just a beast. It's the same engine. It's just probably a little different bore and stroke, but that produces about 210 horsepower. And obviously the clip-ons are low. They have clip-ons on that thing. That's just full-out race bike. This one, did I want that RS V4? I would have taken it. But this is a little bit more practical. But yeah, and you get the same engine with the same characteristics but just with less horsepower. I mean, this thing is a torque monster for a naked bike. I mean, 90 foot-pounds of torque. Yeah, but this has all the electronics. You could change your traction control on the fly. You could change your wheelie control on the fly. The ABS, you would have to change the user modes. You have to pull over and do that. But everything else, you could do on the fly. You can connect your phone to the bike, but I'm not going to do that. Plus, you need a Bluetooth module to hook it up to one of the ports there to get the info. I don't really need that. And this is a little bit leaned over, not too bad. I could stay like this and for a while, long time. You know, 200-300 mile day, I could definitely be like this, no problem. It's very comfortable. The pegs are a little high. I mean, the peg, they didn't change the peg position from the RS V4 to this one, so they are high. They're a little scrunched. I mean, if you're over 6 foot, you're probably going to be scrunched up on your legs. Woo, there's the power. It just pulls in any gear. Right now, for me, it's hard to judge where to just keep it. It's nice actually right now because I don't have a pipe on here, and I feel like sometimes it's like I treat it around town like a super scooter because the first gear is so tall. You know, even if I shift up into second and it's just being lugged around, it doesn't like it. It just wants to be like, I need to go, let's go. And it can be a little dangerous. It can be intoxicating too at the same time. I mean, obviously you don't get these kind of bikes just to go slow. My goodness, this thing has power. This thing picks up, and it sounds so nice once the servo opens up the valve. You just hear it singing. Oh my goodness. Literally, it's intoxicating. All right, here, I'm going to put it down a second. And then I can even go to first if I wanted to. Hear that? Yeah, that sounds really nice. Man, that quick shifter is something else. It's a game changer, man, for me. I'm so used to, having to shift, and, my CBR didn't have a quick shifter. And it wasn't worth putting on because the quick shifter part from Honda was about almost $300 and, all that stuff. So, but, right out of the box, quick shifter, auto blipper, ride modes, everything a bike should come with, especially when, MSRP on these bikes are around $18,000. This was a demo. I got it with about 500 miles. I mean, it has everything that you need and you want. And it's not that uncomfortable. This model, the regular Tuono V4, is basically, they're categorizing this as a sport tourer. You can put bags on this thing. They do have some weird shaped bags though. You probably could put some soft bags. Can probably tour on it. Would I try it? I'll give it a try. Give anything a try. But, maybe 200-300 miles the most a day on this thing with the bags. That'd probably be it for me. I mean, like I said, it's leaned over far enough where I'm not uncomfortable, but in that position, I will be uncomfortable for 300 miles. But anyway, guys, what do you guys think, man? This is a beautiful Italian bike. I never thought I would get my hands on something like this ever. But, you stay the course, you work your ass off, and things could happen. Sometimes they always say, the harder you work, the luckier you get. And yes, I am very lucky. I am very humbled about this. And I'm loving every minute of this bike so far. I'm gonna be honest with you guys too. I usually don't get into politics, all that bullshit. But you know what? At the end of the day, it don't matter what president we have. You want something, you want change. Fucking do it yourself, man. Get out there, hustle, do what you have to do. Don't be apologetic sometimes. Be humble. Be all these things. But if you want to get some results for yourself and your family, sometimes you just gotta put your head down and say, F it, I gotta do it. And you know what? I kind of did that with this. I said to myself, in the summer, I wanted another bike. Here it is. And it's basically an example of, hard work pays off. Well, anyway, guys, tell me what you think about this bike. Am I going backwards? And if I am going backwards, I'm going backwards pretty fast. Also, I want your opinion down below. Do you think, should I start a new channel with this bike or what? I know I do a lot of Harley content on this one. And I just want to sometimes separate the two. To be honest with you, the CBR didn't do as well on the channel when I had that bike. But that bike, 600, everyone's looking at the leaders. Now this is a leader bike with just higher handlebars on it. But anyway, if you like that kind of stuff, keep you guys updated. Maybe I change it, maybe I don't. Maybe I'll keep this on the channel, maybe I'll make another one. But anyway, don't forget to hit like, comment, subscribe down below. And hope you guys have a blessed day. I'm about to get on this bad boy and rip around a little bit. Then I gotta get home. Alright? I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.